Facet, take a bow, big man.
Back in December of 2002, the franchise changed a little bit when Jim Thome was officially signed to a free agent contract with the Philadelphia Phillies. He would finish out the vet and then take the team into this beautiful ballpark. Well, today we honor him before the start of the game and during the game as the Phils wrap up this series against the Colorado Rockies. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with John Kruk. Beautiful day for baseball and a beautiful day to honor a man who only played a handful of years for the Philadelphia Phillies but had a big impact on the success of the Phils.
Yeah, and what a better guy to lead the closing of the vet into this new beautiful ballpark at Citizens Bank than the class act that Jim Thome was, and still is. And yeah, when you watch his home runs, the 500th home run, this is what you loved about him. You know, a lot of home run hitters, their power is pull power. His power was line to line. And such a beautiful thing to watch, the majestic home runs he hits. There he goes, 499 to 500. Happy wife, happy life, Tommy. 600 home run again off a lefty. Daniel Schlereth, he hits it the other way. The guy had unbelievable power. But the thing about him is, like we said, when you open up a new ballpark, you have to have someone to usher that ballpark in. No one better than gentleman Jim Thome.
Well, this is a walk-off home run against Jake McGee of the Tampa Bay Rays in his final stint with the Philadelphia Phillies before he went off to Baltimore. That was an exciting day. I mean, Papelbon's reaction, because Papelbon had blown the save, but that was an emotional day for him to go the opposite way for that game-winning home run. And these numbers, you cannot argue with his induction into the Hall.
No, and look at his Phillies numbers. 391 games, 101 home runs. That's one over every, just under 4 games he hits a home run. We need that now, and we'd love to have Jim in the lineup today. I'm sure he could probably still swing it for us.
Well, we'll get a chance to talk to Jim as the day goes on. It's a great day for baseball, a great day to honor a Hall of Famer. So German Marquez will start for the Rockies. He'll be opposed by Vince Velasquez. The Phils look for the series victory, their first one since early May. That's coming up next. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider according to speedtest.net. By Toyota, the Toyota Camry, Highlander, and RAV4 have something for everybody. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross, live fearless. Learn more at IVX.com. Citizens Bank Park, the Phillies and the Rockies wrap up this 3-game series. Vince Velasquez heading to the mound. And DJ LeMahieu is heading toward the on-deck circle. Let's take a look at the Rockies lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Well, some changes for the Rockies are down at the bottom of the order, but not at the top. LeMahieu and Charlie Blackmon continue to be the 1-2 punch. We'll talk about some of their numbers since LeMahieu's come back. They'll face Vince Velasquez, coming off arguably his worst outing of his young career, where he allowed 10 earned runs in 3 2/3.
Might have been the worst ever of his little league, all through everything.
Well, that is true. First pitch of the day, a fastball just outside. We're underway, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Oh, here's the scouting report on Vince. See, 94 miles an hour, change curve slider. Last 4 starts, you see the numbers not very good at all. And this team, the Colorado Rockies, they hunt the fastball.
Well, he's thrown 2 straight, and they're both off the plate on the outside part. Nick Pivetta talked last night that he feels like he should have pitched inside more to this team. Andrew Knapp doing the catching today for the Phils, wearing their throwbacks. And a pitch on the inner half. It's 2-1. That kind of looked like a 2-seamer. It's listed as a 4-seamer, but it did have some movement on it. Just a bit high, and it's 3-1. Charlie Blackmon waits on deck. Fouled away, and it's 3-2. Last outing, Velasquez, it was June 8th against the Brewers. 10 earned runs in 3 2/3, 9 hits, 4 strikeouts. He gave up 4 doubles and a home run in that start, which meant the slugging percentage was well over 1,000. And that's significant because prior to that, in his previous 6 starts, slugging percentage was 194 against right-handers. And out of the gate, he gets his first strikeout. He went upstairs on LeMahieu, and there's 1 away.
It might have been ball 4. DJ LeMahieu helping Vince out. Let's see where that pitch was. Well, upper part of the strike zone, could have gone either way.
I thought it was close to ball 3, the one that they called a ball 3. So I'm with you on that one.
Well, we'll take it and move forward.
Charlie Blackmon is now up. Blackmon has 17 hits in June. 5 of those hits are extra base hits. His average at 288. And a pitch outside. When LeMahieu was out with his thumb injury, he missed 15 games. And he hit 279. Blackmon did. Now that LeMahieu's been back, and it's been back 10 games. He's been back 10 games. Blackmon's hitting 326. And Blackmon said one of the keys is kind of what you saw. He said that LeMahieu takes so many pitches and sees so many pitches that by the time he gets up there, he feels, first at bat, second at bat, that the pitcher's so stressed out and gassed that he gets a better look at what's coming in. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-2. A changeup on the board.
Looked like it cut, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, no Nolan Arenado in the lineup. I know he's struggling coming in, and he hasn't swung the bat well this series. Still someone you have to game plan against.
Yeah, Arenado, as we mentioned, has been dominant. He'll take a breather. He's first in the balloting for the All-Star game at third base. He is well ahead of Chris Bryant by about 150,000 votes right now. 2-2 pitch. Got him out front into shallow center field. I don't think Crawford sees it, so hopefully Odubel does, and he does. And there are 2 outs. Let's take a look at our Lowe's whole team together. In the last 10 days, the Rockies team batting average at 280. Now, that's significant because the Rockies' team batting average is 14th in all of Major League Baseball. The last 10 days, tops in the National League.
And the Reds, Diamondbacks.
Yeah, how about the Reds?
Yeah, I think that's kind of fascinating. You know, do they still have the worst record in the National League?
I believe so. Gonzalez takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. I think the other one that's significant on that list are the Diamondbacks, who somehow, despite the fact that their batting average as a team is last in the National League, they have managed to stay in first place, and it's partly because of how they played since Paul Goldschmidt started turning it on.
Yeah, you know, when your big horse in the middle of the lineup gets off to a tough start, and there you see the standings, 2-game lead over the Dodgers, which I think that's fascinating that the Dodgers are there. You know, they basically haven't had Kershaw for hardly any of it.
1-1 pitch to Gonzalez, way outside, 2-1.
But once your big horse starts swinging it, a lot of good things come around, and that's what we're waiting for here with Reese and now Odubel. You know, those two guys get going, we get, you know, we're a pretty good offensive team when those two guys are swinging the bats really well.
Hey, you don't need everybody, right, John? You just need a couple of guys.
But you need your main ones.
Yeah.
You know, if your 8th hitter's struggling, so be it. But when your 2nd and 3rd hitters are not getting on base at all, you know, it's a tough offense unless the 4th hitter's hitting 2 homers a game.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
That ain't happening.
No.
That's why you'll have games where, you know, they'll score a few runs and win a game, and then they'll have games like last night where it just seemed like once the Rockies scored a couple runs, it was over.
Foul tip, he got him. 2nd strikeout of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. Middle of the 1st, it's the Rockies nothing, and the Phillies coming up. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Well, the Phillies have changed some things up. It includes Rhys Hoskins. The normal things are Cesar and Rhys Hoskins batting 1 and 2. But Jesmel Valentin makes another start, 2nd straight. Velasquez batting 8th. We haven't seen that pitcher hit 8th in a while. And they'll face right-hander German Marquez. 4 and 6, 4.79 ERA. John, this guy's got a big arm.
Yeah, big arm, and you know, you talk to the people around the Colorado Rockies, they think that, you know, fastball command gets better. He has a chance to be a top of the rotation pitcher for them. And, you know, you see it right there. The average fastball velocity over 95 miles an hour.
First 2 pitches are fastballs that are out of the zone.
And there you go.
2 balls, no strikes. Cesar 1 for 8 in the series. Well, I think the high strike, which is totally fine, is going to be called today.
Both teams. That's all you can ask.
Quinn Walcott the home plate umpire, one of the youngest umpires in baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty good spot there. And a strike 3 called. That's one of the things I think that is happening more often is for Cesar to go down looking on strikes. And 1 out here in the first.
Caught the line. I guess we'll give that one to him.
Well, you know, if it's a big zone, it's okay as long as it's a big zone throughout the day.
Yeah,
right?
there's a difference in earlier in the year. You know, we said how patient or Cesar was, and he was. But when he was getting pitches to hit, he was hitting them. And you know, there's a fine line between.
There you go. That ball's hit well. It is gone. Rhys Hoskins puts the Phillies on the board. His 8th home run of the year, 2nd one since coming back from the DL. Gotta like the aggressiveness of that swing.
You know.
You're
speechless,
John.
But in such a stat-driven world we live in, first pitch fastballs, when you put it in play, the batting average is, I think, over 400. Well, wouldn't you take that? I mean, look at this swing, the little short leg kick, but that's not a pull-off swing, and the helmet didn't fly off. Remember, you know, the last few days, Rhys has been swinging, and the helmet's been coming loose on him, and you know, that's a sign of an overswing. And now, you know, he's strong enough; he doesn't have to do that.
Well, now here comes Odubel. Odubel hitting .283.
But what I was getting to, there's a difference between patient and passive, and right now I think Cesar's passive because he is taking too many strikes now. Odubel, I guess he figures since Arenado's not in there, he can try to bunt on McMahon, huh?
Yeah, just test him right out of the chute.
Now here's where Odubel has to be smart and get a good pitch. Don't swing at his pitch. It's 2-0.
That may have been his pitch.
Whose?
The pitcher's.
Yes.
Okay. Just trying to think along with you, Johnny.
Well, good luck with that. Might be in for a longer day than you think.
Probably very entertaining, though. Pulled foul. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think that 2-0 pitch, I think before it left his hand, Odubel had already decided I'm swinging. And trust me, if anyone who's ever struggled like this, that we've all done it. I know I can hit this pitch.
Matt Breen from the Philadelphia Inquirer had a story about Odubel's struggles. I thought Odubel was good. I mean, he was very understanding of where he is. There's no doubt that he's somewhat confused about why he's struggling, but he's understanding that, I mean, he knows he's 0 for his last 20. He's 6 for 42 in June.
Well, I'll go back to his placement in the batter's box. I think his back foot's too close to home plate. And to me, when you get that close to home plate with him, you negate hitting the ball the other way, and you try to be too quick to get to the pitch inside because you're standing that close, and this is what you get. Fooled by breaking balls, and fastballs are beating you.
He told Matt, he said, obviously the mental part of the game plays a big role. I don't know if I have to be more positive. I probably have to be more positive. I'll try to be the competitive hitter.
Look how close his front foot is now. In order to get to a pitch right in here, you've got to be really quick. And with the leg kick, he can be quick, but he has to get it on time. But look where his foot covers home plate. But it's a pull swing, and that's the thing that if he backs off the plate, he's going to have a little longer time to see the ball, and it sets up his swing the other way. And you don't break out of slumps by pulling the ball. You break out of slumps by staying on pitches, driving them the other way, and then your timing starts coming back, and then all of a sudden you can set on something and pull it. If it's the right pitch to pull.
1 ball and no strikes to Carlos Santana. On the outside corner, 1-1. It's a changeup. Two balls and 1 strike. Marquez was originally signed by the Tampa Bay Rays and was added to their 40-man roster in 2015. it's kind of surprising that they would trade him to the Colorado Rockies. Yeah, because they seem to be the kind of squad that covets.
Yeah.
They traded Corey Dickerson, the Rockies did, to the Rays. And the Rockies got Jake McGee, a lefty out of the bullpen.
Another big arm.
Yeah. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Santana. A bouncer to first base, and Ian Desmond will walk it to the bag. Phillies do get the first run of the game, though, as Rhys Hoskins is able to jump on a fastball and put it into the seats in left field. It's a nice way to start the game. Second home run since coming off the disabled list. Nice balance, good level swing, and it's 1-0 Phils as we go to the top of the second. Velasquez goes to work with a 1-0 lead. He'll face Trevor Story. Story's been a remarkable story so far this year. Hitting .270 with 14 home runs, 49 RBIs. John, his home run total is tied with Lindor for the most for a shortstop in Major League Baseball, and his 49 RBIs are first among shortstops.
Hey, you wonder, remember, was it his rookie year? He got off to that unbelievable start, and then he got hurt.
Yep.
So you know it's there. And to have a shortstop that can hit in the middle of your lineup.
See, a year ago he was at .209 with 8 home runs. A lot of strikeouts too. And I think he probably will still strike out, but with another year under his belt.
When are we going to start talking about, when are we going to start saying that? A lot of strikeouts. Everyone strikes out a lot.
It
you
is
got
true.
leadoff hitters striking out 160, 70 times a year.
Well, I go back to Bull, leading the league in strikeouts at 140. Somebody's going to have 140
by
before August. Well, yeah, maybe.
Remember, well, it was Preston Wilson. They held him out the last game or so of the season because he's at 199 strikeouts.
Right. Yes.
At that point, what difference does it make?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never struck out 200 times in the season. Well, let's reward someone for that. A pat on the back.
1-2 pitch, fouled away. Now I mentioned that he's tied with Lindor and leads the league, leads Major League Baseball as shortstops go. The official statistician doesn't include Machado in that because Machado was a third baseman at the end of last year, but he would be leading.
All right, so Story's in second.
18 home runs and 50 runs batted in.
Because he's the shortstop.
He is a shortstop. 1-2 pitch coming to Story. Fouls off the breaking ball. It remains 1-2.
So what's Machado on the thing, on the All-Star ballot? Is he listed as a third baseman or a shortstop?
That's a good question. I would think he's listed as a shortstop.
So they can print out all those ballots, but the people who do these stats couldn't figure that out? Good Lord. I'm a little testy today.
You know, tater tots?
I think I had tater tots, but I think I had too much sleep. I had like 5 hours sleep.
Ground ball foul. Enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets, enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Yeah, Machado is listed as a shortstop. I just voted for him. I had the list up. I might as well do it, right?
Pretty good crew they have.
Center field, Odubel will put it away. Long at bat, but an out recorded.
I mean, how can you go wrong with Machado or Lindor? Let's see. Which one would you want?
Pretty special players.
Oh. I talked to Terry Francona about Lindor, and he said he hasn't even really scratched the surface yet.
That's amazing. Of
what he is capable of doing. And he said, you know, he's going to start adding because he can run. He said, but he didn't really know how to steal bases. So he said he's going to add that element to his game at some point.
By the way, speaking of your buddy Terry Francona, if folks have a subscription to The Athletic, Zach Mizell wrote I mean, it is a fantastic story about Terry and his dad Tito. It's called 3 Days in New Brighton, which is where Terry grew up. 1 ball, no strikes to Parra. And it's 2-0. That ball goes off the glove of Knapp.
Well, if anyone who's ever having the privilege of being around Terry, it is a pleasure. It is going to be funny. You're going to laugh. A beautiful human.
Curveball, and it's high, 3-0. Yeah, the story is about Terry visiting his dad before he went to visit his kids and his grandkids around Christmas. He stopped over in New Brighton. It was just prior to his dad's passing in February. Really neat. He spent 3 days just hanging with them. 3-1, 93-mile-an-hour fastball at the top. Barr is 3 for 7 in the series. Overall, he's hitting .291 with 3 home runs, 21 RBIs. This guy has been a good player for a long time. And ball 4. First base runner for the Rockies. Eddie Desmond is coming up.
Here's where Vince has to be careful, especially early. It's his first time pitching out of the stretch. You know, he's gone through the first 4 hitters, but the commands hasn't been great as far as throwing it where Knapp wants it. And he makes a mistake. We saw what Desmond can do, powered all fields. The home run he hit yesterday to right field. He's got to be careful early against Desmond.
Well, here's that home run that John spoke of.
Spinning breaking ball. It didn't have any downward bite. Drives it up in the right field seats, and I think that was safe to say that put the game away.
Parra has stolen 6 bases. Desmond is 2 for 3 against Velasquez. Up high again, 2-0. Had a visit to the mound by Knapp. He's just been up this inning, which honestly was one of his issues last outing, and then started to get hit with his secondary pitches.
Yeah, it's dangerous with this power, and Desmond can hit that high fastball. You know, you'd love to see him figure out a way to get something down and away, and give your infield an opportunity to try to turn a double play if he puts it in play.
There's a strike, and it's 2-1.
Wow. I guess that wasn't a good one to hit.
He must not have saw it because he raised his arms up. I think if he goes back and looks at it now, he would think, man, I should have got after it. Parra gets back ahead of the tag. He's pretty close. Santana wants him to look at it. He just gave a thumbs up to the Phillies dugout. I think he might be out.
I think he got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had him rocking towards second. I think that first replay that we showed you right there, the slow-mo.
Hey, see Parra, how far his hand goes around. He didn't go directly to the base.
Yeah.
You know, he was sliding more to right field to reach back and touch the base.
Home plate umpire Quinn Walcott's coming over. They're going to have them look at it. So James Hoy will go over to look at it with Jeff Kellogg, I believe. I thought that Kellogg was walking away thinking that the Phillies took too much time. Yeah. All right, so if they have that view that we just showed you, that slow-mo, it looks like they would have them.
Yeah, why? I mean, the way Parra came back in, he didn't go directly to the back corner of the base like you're supposed to. Like he
went too far, didn't he?
Well, it looks like look at his body, how his body was angled, and then tried to reach back, and
yeah.
that's the shortest distance between 2 points, a straight line, right?
It should
like
be.
Watch
yes.
watch how his hand goes out this way, and then he has to try to reach back this way to get to the base, and just that split second, from what we are seeing here, he should be called out.
Yeah.
Like, I think if he goes directly to the back corner of the base, he's safe.
I think he looked like he just misjudged it, right?
Yeah. Tried to swim move, didn't work. I don't think it worked.
Padres lead the league in pickoffs. They have 13. Braves have 11. Phillies have 5, maybe 6. Here we go. And he is out at first base. So that's pickoff number 6. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Ian Desmond.
Bet Desmond wishes he'd have swung at that 2-0 pitch now.
Two balls, 1 strike to Desmond. And it's 2-2. Over to third base, and Valentin is up with it, and the inning is over. 5-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. On to the bottom of the second on a beautiful day for baseball. Phil's up 1-0. major news of the day in 2 languages. Every weeknight, count on NBC 10 News and Telemundo 62 News at 11. See what everyone's talking about tonight at 11. Bottom of the second inning, Nick Williams leads it off. Williams 1 for 4 with a couple strikeouts in this series. Takes strike 1.
Is Jim Thome coming up?
Yeah, he's supposed to. That ball is a liner out to right field. Is it high enough? It is high enough. It's out of here. A home run for Nick Williams. His 8th of the season. And the Phillies are on top 2-0. Well, that was a rocket.
Yes, it was. And, both home runs. Reese's ball was a line drive, and that ball there, another line drive that just got up in the seats there in right field, but just good swings.
That was a hanger.
Yeah, it was, and that's what you do with them, or you attempt to do with them. We've seen it so much this season where unless you have to swing at it, the guys are taking it. A lot of guys are taking it.
The ball's a 1 strike to Velasquez. 110.7 miles per hour on the exit velocity. 1 ball, 1 strike. Valentin last night hit his first major league home run, first major league double, 3 extra base hits.
I'm going to go out on a limb, T-Mac.
Yeah.
That if we hit a home run an inning, we're going to win.
I love how you go out on limbs like that. Here's his home run last night. It's our giant home run replay. Valentin's, that is.
Yeah, congratulations to him. Unfortunately, it was against a former a current West Virginian, fellow West Virginian. But happy for Valentin. He's put in his time. He's worked hard. Yesterday with the 3 big hits, 2 doubles in that home run, and that's our giant home run replay. Andrew Knapp got the thing now, right? The face mask thing.
Yeah, he had said he was going to start wearing it.
Like, why do you make that decision in the middle of the year? Or do you, is there like some fear? Or did the thing that happened with Reese against Kenley Jansen strike some fear into the guys that this could happen?
I think that's what it was for Andrew. That he decided after Reese got hit that he was going to do it. 0-2 to Knapp. Nice day to be out hitting some wiffle balls as well. And Knapp is down looking on strikes. 3 strikeouts. By the way, we have a couple of folks who have passed away that were near and dear to the Phillies and the Phillies family. The first was John DiSciullo, Skeeter, as we called him around here at the ballpark. He passed away at the age of 64 earlier this week. John had been battling cancer for less than a year, and his funeral was today. And our thoughts and prayers go out to Skeeter's family and to all the security guards here at the ballpark, the game day employees, the folks that got to know him so well like we did. We knew he was sick. He obviously, you can see it, but he still came to work every time the Phillies were home up until a couple weeks ago when he finally went into hospice care. And as we mentioned, we're going to miss him around here. I know a lot of folks will, but our thoughts and prayers go out to John's family on such a tough day. Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. John, the question is, who is second behind Todd Helton with the most 10 home run seasons in Rockies history? The most 10 home run seasons in Rockies history. Helton, by the way, had at least 13 years of 10 home runs or more.
Well.
Answer will be revealed in a little bit. John will chew on it for the next few minutes.
Is his son a top prospect? Possibly with the Blue Jays?
Not Dante Bichette. You're going back to the Blake Street Bombers, aren't you?
Wait, it might be a guy I played winter ball with.
He was pretty young if you played with him. Good guess. It's not Castillo.
It's not Vinny Castillo?
No.
Well, Vinny played on the team I played on after I was there.
Oh, okay. Ryan McMahon leads it off.
Wait, I might have played against Vinny in the big leagues.
I would think that you did at the beginning. His beginning.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow, now I'm stumped.
That's why they call it the Ram Truck Stump the Fans. You want some hints now or later?
No. I'll get this one. It's all a process.
You allowed to say that without trademarking it? It's
What?
the process.
How can you trademark process? It's a dang word that's been around forever. You know, it's like a team that has like a, you know.
It is true. You didn't say trust the process.
How can you trademark a phrase that people have been saying forever? There's a high school down in Naples that was threatened to be sued by a team.
Oh, really?
Because on their hat they had a letter. I'm not going to say what team.
Yeah.
But they had a letter that is a letter, and a team, because that's the letter they have on their hats.
Well, that's silly.
How do you trademark a letter? The alphabet's been around a lot longer than any of these dang teams have.
Swing and a miss. McMahon is down on strikes. Third strikeout.
What inning are we in?
We're in the top of the third with one out.
That high riding fastball by Vince gets past McMahon. And that, you know, look, his command hasn't been great, but
been around the zone.
He's been around close enough that he's getting some swings and misses and some chases. And
Tony Walters lines one foul. Ooh. That guy in the blue shirt is probably upset that he didn't get it because it looked like it went right through his hands, but it would have really hurt his hands if he had gotten a hand on it.
And I'm sure if you ask that nice ball girl down there, she'll give you a foul ball if one comes down there and you don't have to go get a cast.
Breaking ball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Velasquez with 3 strikeouts today. His strikeouts per 9 are up compared to last year. He was at 8.5 last year. Now he's at a little over 11. Center field. Odubel venturing back, and a step from the track makes the catch. Time now for our Nissan upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. And Marquez and Vince Velasquez are 2 of the top hitting pitchers in baseball, in the National League at least, but that would usually include the rest of baseball. American League only hits when they're in National League City.
We were in there talking today about, you know, that possibly in the next few years there could be 2 more teams added, and possibly the DH being implemented in the National League.
Yeah, I think Jason Stark wrote a story about that.
Yeah. All right, let's just go on record. Not a fan of either.
Expansion and the DH universally. Ground ball to second base, backhanded by Cesar. Got a 1-2-3 inning for Velasquez. That's an 11-pitch third. Nice job by Vince. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Phillies up 2-0. Lottery's new scratch-off $300,000 nest egg. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly and buy your local Chevrolet dealers. 2-0 Phils. We go to the bottom half of the third. Beautiful down at Center City. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Marquez just out to the mound to finish up his warm-up tosses. Some great ceremonies before the ball game today honoring Jim Thome. His daughter Lila sang the national anthem. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, a great rendition. You remember Lila was in her mom's arms when Jim hit his 400th home run. My house, time is flying.
Huh. You think? Yeah, the only thing I do every day is go walk in that office and see Larry Anderson, and it reminds me just how good I should feel about myself.
No balls and one strike to J.P. Crawford. And it's upstairs.
That's what I want to ask Jim. I like, you know, hit over 600 home runs. He's going in the Hall of Fame. Was he more nervous watching her sing the national anthem than, is that the most nervous he's ever been on a baseball field?
Foul back. It's 2-2. Well, it sounded like she had done it before.
Yeah, that wasn't her first time.
No, she was pretty smooth.
Very beautiful.
Ground ball to shortstop, and Story has it. And Crawford is retired. 4 in a row now by Marquez. It's the second home run.
Well, we haven't hit a home run this inning yet, but we got time.
Got time. Cesar struck out his first time up, whacks the first pitch foul, and it's 0-1. Phillies try to win a series for the first time since the second week of May. It's been a while.
Yeah.
They had been so good at it.
Split 4 games in St. Louis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thought we had a chance for that one.
Dodgers split 4 there. Cesar strikeout his last time up with his 17th in the last 14 games. That's a lot for him. I know strikeouts are up, but that's a lot for him. 1-2.
It's a lot for a leadoff hitter. Because of his speed, the fact that he can run, you're not putting any pressure on the defense by striking out.
Phillies came into this ball game with 633 strikeouts. That's third most in all of Major League Baseball. Texas is number 1.
Do they keep track, Carl? Do they keep track of strikeouts looking?
You could probably find that.
We seem to have a bunch of those lately.
Swing and a miss. Cesar goes down for the second time. 4th strikeout overall. And Rhys Hoskins coming up. Hoskins' home run was his 8th. And 34 RBIs now. He now has 6 RBIs in his last 5 games.
First pitch fastball swing in his last at bat and hit a home run, and I guess Rhys thought he's probably going to throw him something else. Surprise, surprise, he didn't.
Would you have thought that too as a hitter?
More than likely.
Would you have still been prepared to hit the fastball?
Yes. Because if he throws a hanger, you can see that. If he throws a nasty one, you're not going to hit it anyway, so I look for it. See, now he takes first pitch, and then he bounces a breaking ball, and you swing, and now you're in a big hole.
Staying alive. Got a piece of that 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Marquez, who last year was 11-7 with a 4.39 ERA. He finished 5th in the Rookie of the Year balloting. His only outing against the Phils, he went 6 innings and struck out 6, got the win. Breaking ball that got a piece of the home plate umpire, Quinn Walcott. Breaking ball, did he go? Yes, says Quinn Walcott. And the Phillies go down 1-2-3. They're at the bottom of the 3rd. 5 strikeouts for Marquez. Well, coming up, the big man is in the house. Jim Thome will join us as we go to the top of the 4th inning here at Citizens Bank Park. Joe looks very relaxed in the back. honor Jim Thome. This is the anniversary of his 400th career home run. His family is here as well. His wife Andrea, his daughter Lila. There's Nick Punto, former teammate with the Phillies and the Twins. Rael Cormier came back. We found him up in Canada. Ed Wade, David Montgomery, all part of the festivities today. Larry Boa, the first manager for Jim here in Philadelphia, and his all-time manager, Charlie Manuel.
For me,
got a great round of applause.
I love
a video from Video Dan Stevenson commemorating the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And then the base that was at first base when Jim hit his last walk-off home run here in Philadelphia against Jake McGee, who's actually in the Rockies bullpen. He was with the Tampa Bay Rays, and Jim joins us now in the booth. Well, congratulations. I mean, I think we say this all the time when we see you, but this is going to be a heck of a month for you, like a month and a half for you and your family.
We were just talking, so special. You know, this is just a dream come true. How do you, to come here and enjoy today, and then to be able to thank all the people that were so special to you in your career, and then leading into next month, which is, you know, very special in itself.
Yeah, and you know, your speech, you thanked everyone, all your Phillies, but all your Phillies fans and people that were responsible for bringing you here, like you said, made your life easier while you were here. But when you're in Cooperstown, how many teams of all the people are you going to have to thank?
A lot. so it might be a little bit longer. You know, Chipper had one team.
So, yeah, I know.
See if you can put some of the thank yous in his.
Yeah,
Hey, Chipper, can you thank some of these?
You know, and at the end of the day, I think, you know, what I will do and what I have been doing is reaching out to people and thanking them one-on-one to let them know how special and how important and what they've meant. But, yeah, I mean, from the call to the visit to Cooperstown, walking down that hall and seeing the plaques of all those great players is just, I mean, so special.
Had you been there before? Had you been there before?
I've been there, but not to the degree they took us in the orientation and showed us everything. Really, really special.
The speech is going to be nerve-wracking, without question, right?
Oh, man.
All the things you've done on a baseball field was just enjoyable. When you listen to your daughter sing today, you're getting pretty emotional. Was that the most nerves you've ever been on a baseball field?
You know, I was saying this. They surprised me a couple years ago, and she sang the Cleveland national anthem. Man. And then today to listen to her, and as she's aging and growing, oh my gosh, it's just incredible. And yes, to answer your question, so nervous. Just, you want everything to go smooth for them more than anything, and it's just
you didn't want a Maurice. You didn't want a Maurice Cheeks moment where you had to go help her through it.
Hey, I don't know if I could do that. I trust her that much.
I think that's one of the great things, though, Jim, is that your kids are old enough now. I mean, they remember when you played to a certain extent, but now they get a chance to see this and experience this summer with you and Andrea and all of your friends and other family members. I think that's got to be really special to have them involved at this age.
You know, it is. I mean, Lila obviously was born, you know, around the time I was here, and then Landon was a little bit later on. So to share the moments being retired with them now is just so special. And I think that's the best part of baseball. It always gives you that chance to come back and see all the people that you adored and were around all those years.
Yeah, there's some people that are Hall of Famers and play for a handful of teams, and some mean something, some mean, you know, don't mean as much. For you, you got the White Sox, the Twins, the Indians. I mean, I know the Orioles and the Dodgers was a short period of time, but you've got three significant teams that were a big part of your.
And we have that tour coming right after the Hall of Fame in August, so that'll actually be fun because they're all in the Midwest, and just like Philly, they've all meant something really special, and the people that you connect with are really just great people. And the fans, same thing.
You thanked the electrical workers today, and I know that's sort of that's a big part of your storyline with the Phillies. I still think it's one of the greatest things in the world when you get out of the car and they're all lined up wanting you to come to Philadelphia.
Well, and they make hats up that say, hey, we want you to sign here, and what it meant. I mean, that along with the fact that, look, the organization was very passionate. Their presentation that, look, we're going to try to win a championship here. that was in itself. But then you look at everything with this city and the passion and the intensity of watching you guys in the 90s and all just the aura of what Philadelphia brought. It was an easy choice, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think, too, that when they closed the vet and you met at home plate with the greatest third baseman that's ever played this game. And basically, I'm passing the torch. Philadelphia baseball is yours now. That to me was like, I still get chills thinking about that moment.
Oh, I know.
That's Michael Schmidt.
It's Mike Schmidt, yes. I watched Mike Schmidt hit 4 home runs on TV in Wrigley Field. And I mean, it's just all moments in the game that you look back on and you go, man, did that really happen?
Yeah.
And it's still happening.
But think about it. All the great players in the history of this game, you're now one of them. You're in the same breath with all those guys. And it's incredible because, when people say, well, one of the nicest guys I ever met, sometimes those guys are mediocre players. You weren't. You were a Hall of Famer, and you're still a nice guy.
Well, I appreciate it. And I said this on the network. You can be a gentleman, off the field, but when you're in that box and you're competing, it's another animal. It's. I don't think people knew how much as a player, as a hitter, you want to succeed in this game. You knew it. You were there, and you grinded. And that rubs off. It does.
Well, Jimmy, we're going to let you go spend some time with your family and friends here in Philadelphia, but we really appreciate you coming on, and congratulations. Enjoy this entire summer. Thanks for everything you did for this organization.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Good luck with the speech.
Thank you.
Jim Thome, our guest. We'll be back in the bottom of the 4th inning. Video with hashtag hats off for heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans. Speaking of veterans, we had the great Chuck Yeager here today. He and his wife changing the bases, changing third base. And Jim was coming on right before they introduced Chuck here at the ballpark. 95 years old. And before Dan Baker even got his last name out, his picture was up on the board, and the folks here just started cheering. I mean, there he is right there. At one time, they called him the fastest man in the world.
Indeed. From Myra, West Virginia.
It's got to be a huge hero in West Virginia. You got to have a mountain with him on it.
The Mount Yeager.
The Mount Yeager.
How many times do you think there's been 3 West Virginians in this ballpark?
Oh, you mean the pitcher for the Rockies? You guys can get together at the end.
Well, besides my family, when they came up for the playoffs and World Series and stuff, but they don't count.
How many West Virginians that could be up on a mountain in the same ballpark?
I mean, if they dedicate like the Mount Rushmore of West Virginia, it'd probably be Chuck Yeager, Jerry West. Trying to think who else.
You put Randy Moss on that list, or is he too young?
No, Randy. Oof.
There's a name we're forgetting.
Yeah.
George Brett?
George was born in West Virginia.
Born in West Virginia.
Yeah.
See, I listen to what you say.
Yeah, Lou Burdett. I believe Lou Burdett's from West Virginia. There was a football player for the Cowboys that was really good. Now his name's eluding me. Oh man, this is going to bother me now. Played probably back in the 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
He might have been in that. Did they play the Packers? I think in that Ice Bowl or whatever it's called.
Yes.
I know maybe he's with the Giants. Nah, I'm drawing a blank now.
Little tapper foul. Wheels just mentioned Sam Huff.
Sam Huff.
Wheels. He's a vast knowledge of sports figures from West Virginia.
I think Wheels secretly wishes he was from West Virginia. With that being said, his condo will be inhabited by a West Virginian this coming spring training.
Odubel is limping around after getting that foul ball off his foot. Sean Fakasny's out, so is Gabe Kapler.
And this is another example of standing too close to home. I mean, he hit it off his back foot.
Oh, wow. I thought it was. Wow. I think it was his toe.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this whole, you know, yeah, you got to let it get deep. But there's deep, and then there's like, you know, below deep. That's below deep.
I just assumed it hit his front foot, but he was limping on his left leg. Oh, yeah.
Nothing that a ball in the gap won't fix.
All right, so he's going to continue. The count is 3-2 with nobody out. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat for Odubel. And he lines one right center field, a base hit. And he's aboard with a leadoff single. Carlos Santana's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. We'll see if the Phils can get something going here in their half of the inning. You know, Odubel on base, and one thing that Carlos Santana has been able to do, even though not hitting to a high average, has been getting on base. In fact, he has 10 multi-walk games this year, and when you put that in perspective with what's happening around baseball, there's only 5 other guys with 10 or more multi-walk games. And look at the names on the list: Harper, Trout, Judge, Bohr, and Votto. Those are some pretty good hitters, some pretty good offensive players. So Carlos Santana, although not hitting for average right now, has been doing his job getting on base more often than not, guys.
Yeah, that's why his on-base percentage is over 100 points higher than his regular average. He gets jammed on that pop-up. I think it's the only thing that's really saving Santana offensively. The fact he is leading the team in RBIs, yes. But just the fact that for his sake, he is getting on base with those free passes.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's, you know, if you're going to not hit for high average, struggle hitting, you know, this year's been a struggle. Got off to a really slow start. But, you know, if you can work in a walk here and there and get on base, you know, that helps out your case a little bit. I think Trevor Story wanted to drop the ball because Carlos didn't even get out of the box, and you can tell, like, really, like, you know, after he saw where Carlos was, he thought, man, could have turned a double play right there. He didn't move.
I think it's so hard to do because you don't know where the ball's going to bounce once it hits the ground.
I don't think it mattered.
Well, that's true.
That's the thing. It wasn't like it was a high hit pop-up where, you know, LeMahieu or McMahon could have yelled at him, hey, drop it, drop it, drop it.
Right.
He's not running. More of like a humpback liner.
You know what I mean, though? Once it bounces, if there's some spin to it.
Well, when you get jammed like that, there's some spin on it.
Two balls and one strike to Williams. Williams homered his last time up and on the inside corner, and it's 2-2. That home run was his 8th of the year, 18 home runs. Two-two pitch on the outside corner. And strike three call. That is the 6th strikeout for Marquez. And with 2 outs, it'll bring Valentin to the plate. Again, it's a broad strike zone today.
And half the strikeout, 3 of the 6 are looking. But you understand that. You know, if it's 2 strikes close, you better swing.
Yeah, at this point. And it's okay because, you know, it's consistent. And it's within the box. Valentin flight out to left. This one's out toward left center field. Parra on the run. He's not going to get there. So's Blackman. He does get there. What a catch. And the inning is over. Boy, he had to go a long way to track that one down. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We'll go to the 5th inning. The Phillies on top 2-0. Is brought to you by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Top of the 5th inning, Trevor Story leads it off. Johnny Carl has put together a list of West Virginians with ties to professional sports. You're not on it because we already assumed that.
Yeah, I'm right at the top of the list.
Yeah, that you knew where you were from. Trevor Story flat out to center field his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
That's right. I forgot about Hal Greer too.
Hal Greer.
Bill Mazeroski, Hall of Famer.
I didn't know that Saban was from West Virginia.
Yeah, he's from the Fairmont area. It's not far from where I grew up. About 2 hours maybe.
Swing and a miss and a breaking ball, 1-1. One base runner so far for the Rockies. And that was Gerardo Parra, who walked in the second, but he was picked off. It'll be Story, Parra, and Desmond here in the top half of the 5th inning. That one got away. 2-1. It's a nice bounce back for Vince after his last start when he allowed 10 earned runs in 3 2/3. He allowed 9 hits during that time. He's only allowed that walk so far today. 2-2. A little fooled him with that pitch at 93.
Fooled him with a fastball.
Well, maybe he thought it was going to go to a different spot.
Huggy Bear, Bob Huggins, huh? Chuck Howley was a linebacker I was thinking about too. Played for the Cowboys.
Well,
so was Wheels wrong then? Sam Hunt?
No, Sam's on there.
Yeah. I can't read Carl's writing.
Sam was a good player.
Yes, indeed he was.
Bouncer left side. Here comes Valentin. And he throws out Story. Nice play. Time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. Well, we watched this from behind home plate. It didn't look like anybody was going to get to it.
Yeah, the way the ball should have been slicing away from Blackman, and he just kept running and tracking it down. Look at the distance he ran, 98 feet to track this ball down. And I think because the wind is blowing a little more out to right, it might have held that ball up just enough for Blackman to make that play and save the Rockies a run. And that's our defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer.
I'll tell you what, you got to like this guy. I mean, there's
Blackman?
so much to like about him.
Oh, love him. Absolutely love him.
One of the websites had a year by year for Blackman, you know, clean shaven and then stubble and then a little bit of a beard and then beard a little longer, and then last year it was big and bushy.
Well,
and listed the home runs he hit.
He has a mullet. That's not like, you know, the guy, you know, the long, everyone just has, you know, the top sides, everything's long. He's got the mullet.
Yeah, he's got a statement going.
And I think the statement is, I don't care what you think about me. I'm going to get my hits and make my plays and play hard every day. And if you don't like it, tough, you know what? Hey, would you love to have him on your team?
Yes.
Someone on social media said I had a crush on him. I said it's more of a bromance.
That's right.
I can't crush. Just, you know, just a fan of the way he plays the game.
Yeah, there's a grittiness to it.
I mean, you look at him sitting in the dugout down there. I mean, his eyes have not left Vince Velasquez. And he's trying to figure something out.
Two at two to Parra as he fouls it away.
Yeah, so my dad refereed high school basketball games Jerry West played in.
Did he think he'd be the logo back then?
Yes. Well, who knew that? But I mean, he knew he was going to be a star. And he remembered one game. He used to take abuse, hard fouls and dirty fouls. And so one day at the foul line, my dad was getting ready to hand the ball. You know, that's before they threw the ball. They had actually a second referee would hand the ball to the shooter. And he said he had broke his nose, blood coming out of his nose. And he said, how do you do it? And he said, Mr. Crook, with all due respect, he said, they understand they can't stop me.
He must have been menacing as a shooter back then. Three balls and two strikes. Swing and a miss. He got him. 5 strikeouts for Velasquez. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Well, we mentioned the sad news earlier today that the Phillies lost a member of its family. Well, here in Philadelphia, we lost a huge member of our broadcasting family. Al Meltzer, the great Al Meltzer, passed away at the age of 89. Worked for all 3 network affiliates here in Philadelphia. Comcast Sportsnet, Channel 17, NBC 10 for 20 years. He was a huge voice for the Big Five in college basketball. Did play-by-play for the Sixers, the Eagles. Big Al, you'd always see him at the ballpark. John, he covered you guys.
Yeah.
When you played here. He was such a, his voice was such a dominating force in the city of Philadelphia. And our thoughts go out to his family, but everybody in the Delaware Valley, because he was one of those guys that when you heard his voice on TV, you knew you were in Philadelphia. He was a good man.
Fair. A fair man. He was one you knew when you talked to him, you knew that if you said something you shouldn't have said, he's not going to go repeat it all over the airwaves.
Great tributes today, too, in all of the papers and online toward Al and his career and what he meant to the city of Philadelphia. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ian Desmond. On the inside corner, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Desmond. He grounded out to third. He hit it sharply his first time up on 1 hop. But in 3-2. That is the 7-3 ball count for Velasquez today.
What just went over that it caused cloud, or like from Vince to Desmond, it got dark.
Plane? Did a plane come over?
I don't know. Are they allowed to fly over the ballpark during games? I thought they had a different flight pattern.
I don't know. Fouled away.
But Desmond actually stepped out before that last pitch and was looking around.
Here's what it looked like from above.
Now, what is that?
I don't know.
Oh boy, I thought it was just me. I'm like,
that's the cloud that did it, John.
One little cloud like that did all that.
Very strong Mother Nature.
That Mother Nature sure is a Mother Nature.
They want to go up to Desmond. And he goes up as well. Down on strikes. 6 strikeouts for Velasquez. Another 1-2-3 innings. Retired 10 straight since the walk. That's the only base runner.
It'll be a 2-1 to Walding. Here's the pitch. Swung on and shot. Nobody's home and short. It's going to find left field base hit. One runs in. Here comes Anna for the win. Throw is not in time. Walding through the shift the other way as a 2-out walk-off 2-run winner. He is mobbed by his teammates between first and second as the Pigs come from behind with 3 in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Well, Mitch Walding found the right spot last night as we take a look at the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs with their victory. On our Citizens Bank Minor League Report, our thanks to Matt Province for providing the play-by-play on that. It was the second walk-off win over Buffalo this year. And for Walding, he's reached base safely in his last 10 games, which is nice to see. Iron Pigs have now won 8 of their last 11 with that victory. They play at home later on today. I don't care what level it is. That's exciting. I think they were surprised that Anna was actually going from third, because that looked like they'd be able to get him without a problem. No balls and 1 strike to Velasquez, who grounded out to second his first time up. And it's 0-2. Marquez has been good today. He's only allowed 3 hits, but 2 have been solo home runs. His problem is that the guy at the plate, he's allowed just 1 base runner on a walk. He hasn't allowed a hit. It's a pretty good pitcher's duel.
Why would you do that?
Do what?
Open up yourself to the onslaught from social media when you just mentioned that Vince is doing really well today.
Well, he is.
Because, you know, we influence all the games.
That's right. Isn't that going to be a Cruckcast?
Yeah, because, you know, apparently over the last few years we've wanted the Phillies not to play well. Because it makes it so much more enjoyable for us when they play bad. Calvin.
Little tapper back to the mounds. And 1-3 on the putout. When your device is critical to your job, only rely on the long-lasting power of Duracell batteries. Delivered right to your desktop the same day when you order by 11:30. Pinpoint delivery by who? Who but W.B. Mason. Galapagos guy going to the beat of the music out there in Ashburn Alley. J.P. Crawford grounded out to short in his only at bat. Just missed off the inside corner. 2-0. Foul territory, third base side, and the catch is made and the inning is over. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Marquez. It's only a 10-pitch inning. We'll go to the 6th. Phillies on top 2-0. continue to dominate on the mound Monday night. Aaron frustrated Colorado for 6 2/3 innings, allowing 1 run on just 4 hits, no walks, while striking out 10 for his 5th career double-digit strikeout performance. Nola improved to 6-0 at home this season. That is 14-3 since June 22nd of last year. He is the first Philly with multiple starts of 10 strikeouts or more and no walks in a season since Cliff Lee in 2013. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, the big man is also taking part in the hot dog shoot today, thanks to the folks at Hatfield's and to the Fanatic in his chef's hat and apron.
I wish they'd have come over here.
Think he could have got it up to this spot?
Tater tots and a hot dog.
What a day.
God, it's great to be in America.
McMahon leads it off and takes outside. It's 1-0. He struck out his first time up. Tater tots and hot dogs. What a day.
Big League Baseball, tater tots and a hot dog. Got chills just thinking about it.
Popped up over toward third base. Valentin. And makes the catch. Well, the fireworks shows here at Citizens Bank Park are always the best in the city. We've got 2 coming up on Friday, June 29th and Saturday, June 30th against the Washington Nationals. Now, a reminder, the first game is at 7:05. The second one is at 6:05. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. Nice breeze to show off the flag today. Here's Walters.
Walters had some good swings. Hit a hard line drive to center. Odubel ran down, but
hit that line drive foul down the right field line foul. That was pretty crisp.
hey, look what the Rockies hitters have done, and basically nothing.
A 1 pitch to Walters. Fouled away. It's 0-2.
You know, you wonder sometimes in the midst of what's going on in this game, I'm not going to mention, but the fact that the other pitcher, Marquez, is pitching really well, keeping it close.
Yep.
But it also, you're not going to take Marquez out of the game, so now you got one less hitter you have to
deal with.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. If they bring a DH in the National League, I don't think they're going to care what I say, but they're going to hear what I say.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I can't say I don't imagine it'll ever happen, because it might.
Oh, it's probably going to.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Walters. He sent Odubel a step from the track in his first at bat.
You know, just get rid of managers and coaches and just let a computer spit out a lineup, and then the 9 guys play with no having to double switch or, you know.
Off the hands, popped up out to shallow left. J.P. Crawford is under it. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. And here comes Marquez.
And that's what I was saying. Like, you know, this is the top of the 6th inning. If, you know, Bud Black had to make a decision. You know, we got to try something. We've done nothing yet, and you know, quite possibly, do you start to, you know, you think about pinch hitting for him? With a DH, there's no decisions to be made.
And he only has 71 pitches too. A little low, and it's 1-0. Velasquez asked for a new baseball. Sharp with his shortstop. Crawford is up with it. And another 1-2-3 inning for Velasquez. He threw just 8 pitches to get through this inning, which is a good thing, as his pitch count is in a really good spot. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies on top 2-0. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Last of the 6th inning. Phillies lead it 2-0 here in the confines of Citizens Bank Park on a gorgeous day. Nice day for some ice cream. John, did you get some today?
No, I'm actually, honest to goodness, trying to lose. I have to lose weight.
I did notice that you were paring back on your ice cream.
I actually had
You had yogurt?
fruit and yogurt and granola. I know my system will be a mess after that, but
Wow.
yeah,
I'm worried about you then.
I am worried about myself.
Cesar leads it off and takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Cesar struck out twice.
Now, I did sprinkle in a tater tot or two.
So you got to balance it out.
You have to. Tater tots might be the greatest thing ever made, ever invented. I still want to try that tater tot grilled cheese.
The one with on the griddle?
Yeah,
you didn't do that
the
yet?
waffle thing. No,
We talked about that last year, weren't we?
I know. I like to pace myself. I don't like to rush into things. Not a great decision maker.
You make decisions, you contemplate good decisions.
And then I forget for about 6 months, and then I'll have some idiotic recall moment where I'll recall the tater tot grilled cheese, grilled ham and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll forget again.
And then it'll just pop up out of nowhere.
And then they'll up here where we eat, they'll have tater tots, and then I'll start drooling again. Huh?
There's ball 4 for Cesar. Oh, time now for the Ram Truck Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. All right, Johnny, here we go. Who is second behind Todd Helton with the most 10 home run seasons in Rockies history?
Well, I named some guys, and I thought maybe Dante Bichette or Andres Galarraga.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good names.
I think Troy Tulowitzki now. I think I might go with him.
That's a good guess.
Am I wrong?
You are wrong.
Okay, good.
That's a good guess, though.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought him. Cargo. Golly. Gosh darn it.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
Oh, my gosh.
I forgot about Tulowitzki, but that's not a bad guess.
Every once in a while, you need to look down at your scoreboard, and it's right in front of scorecard. I mean, it's right in front of you.
There's usually a tie.
I know.
Bring it in.
Well, the one there wasn't. The weekend when Schmitty was here.
No, that one
there was no tie.
Out of the blue.
That was blue.
Red.
That was so far out you couldn't even see blue.
Bit high, and it's 2-0. Odubel waits on deck.
I think Cesar can run on this. On Marquez. He's a little slow to home.
Walters is a good arm. He's 6 for 19 throwing runners out. Cesar does not go. On the outside corner, 2-1.
He's no howitzer, though. That's what I love coming here, and you see people. I don't know, it's honoring Jim Thome, but you know the impact he made on this city in such a short time. You'll see it everywhere downtown. Guys, people with Thome shirts on.
He truly is one of the nicest people
that
we've ever met in this game.
Oh, he's right up there with Dale Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a phony nice.
Phillies have that's the giveaway for today.
Yeah.
Jim's big head. It's called a big head.
Yeah,
just so you know.
Yeah. You're not making fun of Jim.
Nope.
I'm sure Gabe looks down there and thinks, "Wow, I wonder if I can put him in the game."
Hoskins takes a fastball for strike. 7 strikeouts for Marquez.
He must hide the ball well or something. Didn't that look right down the middle?
It did. I mean, maybe he was looking for something else, but he must hide it because it must jump.
Wow. Well, Odubel hit one off his back foot and then ended up getting a base hit. Thought he was going to score. And the ball hit by Valentine, but Blackman ran it down. Let's hope this is a start for Odubel to get it going, get it back going again.
Out toward left field, slice toward Parra. And Parra is under it. Hernandez will go back to first. And there are 2 outs. I gotta tell you, this kid is, I mean, there's nothing that's rattling him also. I mean, you know he's given up just the 2 home runs and 3 hits overall and 1 walk, but there's nothing that's changed with his body language at all.
No, great demeanor. Yeah, it's almost Aaron Nola-like that, you know, doesn't get flustered or anything. See Odubel right there. Then he remembered, wait a second, I don't think Gabe was happy with me the other night for not running. At least let me make the effort to get close to first base.
Outside, 1-0.
But he does. He has Aaron Nola's demeanor out there. Just, I'm not going to get rattled. I'm not going to get flustered. Almost threw one away. But other than that, you know, 2 solo homers. You know, if you ask Bud Black coming in the game, you know, your starting pitcher after 6 innings is going to give up only 3 hits, but 2 solo homers.
Right.
I think Bud Black would have signed up for it.
I would agree with that. Particularly the way with his offense has been hitting the baseball. I mean, they're averaging over 5 runs per game during June. 1 ball and 1 strike to Santana.
And you know, this, look, there's still a good lineup, and even though Arenado's struggling coming in, it's just a different lineup when he's not in it. I mean, it's just, you know, another threat in the middle of their lineup that's not in the lineup now. You know, let's put it this way. I'm sure when Vince looked at their lineup and saw he wasn't in there, I'm sure there's like, not outwardly, but I'm sure in his head he's thinking, oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, there was a lineup earlier this year when Vince was pitching where one of their stars was taken out, and it was later in the day. And he said, wow, that changes everything. And I think that's the same thing with Arenado. I mean, they still have very good players, like you said. But he balances it out. In the dirt again, Walters keeps it in front of the plate.
But, you know, if you have Charlie Blackmon coming up with, you know, runner in scoring position, you know, who do you pick? You know, with Arenado back there, you know you're going to pitch to Blackmon. But with Carlos Gonzalez, and Carlos is a great player, but he's not knowing Arenado at this point in his career. So, you know, you can pick and choose when you want to deal with Charlie Blackmon.
That one drops in 3-2. All right, so Cesar will be off on this pitch. Back toward the middle. Backhanded. Oh, boy, McMahon slips. He's lucky he didn't hurt his ankle. And that'll be an infield hit. That is McMahon, the third baseman, that's playing back behind the second base bag.
Yeah, I thought he might have hurt his knee right there, his ankle. Yeah, look how he rolled it.
I don't know how he didn't hurt his ankle on that.
I think he did. But, you know, when you don't get to play a whole lot because that other guy at third is pretty good, yeah, you overlook these things. But he is, you know, he's very happy and very lucky that that wasn't one of those devastating injuries that can put you out for a long, long time. And, you know, some guys never really the same after when they. We look at this.
Watch
look at
out,
his left
Buckles.
ankle. Oh gosh, you just cringe when you see that.
I don't know how he didn't hurt himself.
I don't either. Mound visits are tied now.
Monday morning, wake up with NBC 10 News today with Brittany, Bill, Tracy, Vi, and Jessica. News, weather, and traffic to get you and your family up and out the door. Weekdays 4 to 7 a.m. Count on it. Here's Nick Williams. He has one of the home runs today. So we get a miss. Backswing got Walters, and it's 0-1. Two.
I think Nick thinks those are strikes.
Opposite way, and Gerardo Parra. Oh, he misjudged it. It's over his head. Hernandez scores into second base with a stand-up double. Nick Williams, second RBI of the day. It's 3-0 Phillies. That ball must have just taken off on him because it looked like he had it all lined up.
Yeah, I mean, he took a great route to the ball. He turned the correct way, knowing that ball's going to slice. I don't know if he underestimated Nick's strength. You know, he put a good swing on this ball, hit it on a line. He turned the right way. Everything was good. What he was doing is just that ball just took off over his head and couldn't do nothing about it. Now, you know, good day with the solo homer just turned into a really good day now with this RBI double with 2 outs.
And Valentin hits it foul off the front of the camera well, and it's 0-1. See the scoring summary that's spinning by at the top of your screen. Valentin robbed his last time up, and a fine play by Blackman. He's also flied out to left field. He has 4 hits and 7 at-bats in this series. Takes low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Santana's over at third base, and at second is Williams. Base hit, should score 2. One and 2. Last 2 starts, Marquez has allowed 9 earned runs in 10 innings, so he certainly, like Velasquez, has figured something out for this start. 3 runs on 5 hits. There's Vince, who's been hanging for a while. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. 8 strikeouts for Marquez, but the Phillies add another run on an RBI double by Nick Williams. We go to the 7th, 3-0 Phils. Vince Velasquez, he's been on the mark today. He's allowed 1 base runner. That was a walk back in the 2nd inning. That's it. He's faced the minimum because he picked off that base runner.
Yeah, he's had a great riding fastball today. The strike zone has been a good one for him. And, you know, when he's had to mix in his breaking stuff, he's mixed it in right there. A beautiful one to par to get him to strike out. But it's been that riding fastball that the Rockies hitters love chasing the fastball. But not this one today because he's running it out of his zone and throwing it by him. And Vince Velasquez is our Toyota turning point of the game.
Here's our local Honda dealers, Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. Phillies got a run in the 1st, home run by Hoskins, run in the 2nd. On a home run by Williams. Williams added a double in the 6th inning. Now we go to the top of the 7th inning. All zeros for the Rockies. And the top of the order coming up. 3rd time through. It'll be DJ LeMahieu. And a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. LeMahieu is struck out. He's also flied out to right. 7 3-ball counts today, 6 full counts for Velasquez. At a fastball at 93, it's 0-2.
The soccer skills coming out for Vince.
Well, and I think you can see how relaxed he is. There's not the fidgetiness. You know, he's obviously moving off the mound like that.
I watched him. Where were we at? Where they had a soccer ball out there. And he and Diego were
Florida.
Yeah, they were kicking it around. And then someone else came out to join him. It was like, wow.
Was it Odubel?
No, another pitcher. Can't remember now who. And I said, of the 3, which one's never played soccer? And it wasn't Diego.
Diego played college soccer. Yeah. Whoever the 3rd one was.
Yeah, it should have stayed away.
No balls, 2 strikes to LeMahieu. And just a bit low, 95, and it's 1-2. You know, earlier this year against the Dodgers, Vince went 5 no-hit innings and looked dominant.
Yeah.
The 6th inning, he kind of unraveled. Phillies wound up losing the game. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
But he was lifted in that 6th inning.
Well, he's emotional, and you hope he doesn't get caught up in this moment and, you know, just try to overthrow.
That ball's hit well to center field. Odubel, though, has a beat on it. 1 out. In the 7th inning, and it'll bring Charlie Blackmon to the plate. Every time a Phillies pitcher throws a pitch at 95 miles per hour or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Charlie Blackmon has flied out to center, and he's also struck out, so 0 for 2. He is one of 6 strikeout victims today. No balls and 1 strike. Arenado is starting to pace. He's got the batting gloves on. He's going to go take some hacks. I'm sure we're going to see him at some point.
It only stays 3, more than likely. Phillies add on about 3 or 4 more runs here in the next inning. It could deter him from getting the gloves on and getting prepared to hit.
Pitch usage today, 57% for seamers. Curveball is used 16%, slider 13%. Batting average against is lower with his slider for the season than the curve. 2-2. Balls, 2 strikes. Just a bit outside, 3-2. It's not necessarily that big of a deal because it's the 7th full count today. And the 8th 3-ball count. He's walked just that one batter that was par in the 2nd. Out toward the right side. Cesar's up with it. His throw to first in time to get Blackmon. 4-3 on the putout. This is the 2nd time this year that a Phillies pitcher has gone 6 2/3 without allowing a hit. The other one was Aaron Nola, who did it on the 26th of May against Toronto. And it's time for our Geico quote of the day. And it's interesting right now because the Phillies are shifting against Cargo. He said, I know what I need to do. I get paid to slug and drive guys in. I go to the plate or to the outfield not to play for myself but play for the team. It's basically for the team. They're not going to play me straight up the next at bat. You know, they showed it after that bunt. It didn't matter, and that's after bunting last night to get a base hit as the cleanup hitter.
Yeah, and you look now where Valentin's playing.
Step from the grass.
Step from the grass in case he wants to try to bunt again.
Outside. Two balls and no strikes. Good pitch. 95 toward the outer half. Cargo went after it, and it's now 2-1. You remember that day when Nola won 6 2/3 without allowing a hit. He was not going to stay around if he had not allowed that hit to finish off the no-hitter. That was awfully close. Dropped by Knapp.
Yeah, you wonder, you know, Vince now at 99 pitches. 2 outs here in the 7th. I wonder if this is another situation where
and ball 4. Only the 2nd base runner of the day. And it's the 2nd walk issued. And there's Rick Kranitz going to the phone. So, you know, Gabe said that after that ball game that he recognized what Aaron Nola was doing, but he was not going to allow him to overstay his welcome with his pitch count. And he understands how people feel about pitch counts, but he was not going to let him overstay his welcome with pitch counts.
Hey, do you know how many managers have told me, man, I was so glad that guy got a hit?
Yeah.
I'll be darned if I want to go out and have to take him out with a no-no in the 8th.
Story is flied to center. He's also grounded out to 3rd today. It's 3-0 Phillies here in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs. At the knees, 0-1.
Like that. I think Vince thought he might have thrown a couple pitches there to Gonzalez that didn't go his way, and it looked like he didn't get flustered. First pitch. You know what? I'm gonna challenge Trevor Story. If he hits a 2-run homer, so be it. Still got a lead, but he understands. He just, you know, we got to get ahead. He gets ahead, they'll expand the zone. They've proved that the whole game.
Up high, 1-1. This inning, 17 pitches. Check swing, 2-1.
Now, you have to understand, too, if something happens, Story gets on a walk. You know, Tommy Hunter's up for a reason. Gabe has to understand if he leaves that dugout.
Yeah, I know.
He's going to get.
I think he understands that.
Not a great welcome from the faithful.
2-2. Something about these day games for Velasquez. It was a day game when he struck out 16 Padres a couple of years ago. Pitch number 105 coming to Trevor Story. And a line drive base hit it to left field. That one's going to go to the wall. It's the first hit of the day. Cargo is going to be waved home. The throw to the plate by Crawford is going to be offline, and the Rockies put a run on the board. And it's now a 3-1 ball game. Nice reaction from the fans here at Citizens Bank Park, recognizing that was the first hit of the day.
Yeah, and you can't get upset and depressed right now if you're Vince. Yeah, you still got a tough hitter in Parra coming up with a runner in scoring position. Trevor Story's he came in swinging a hot bat. He's continued swinging a hot bat, and that's just a hanger that luckily it only drove in 1 run instead of driving in 2.
Well, Gabe is going to make a double switch. See the reaction from Vince. He did himself a nice job today and really bounced back after his outing his last time up, where he allowed a career high 10 earned runs in 3 2/3. The crowd is starting to come to their feet as the Phillies will make a double switch here in the top of the 7th inning. Tommy Hunter comes in and Velasquez heads out. 1 hit over 6 2/3 for Vince Velasquez. Crowd of more than 20,000 recognizing what a heck of a job he did this afternoon. Against the Phils. Tickets can be purchased right now by going to Phillies.com. The Yankees are one of the top teams in all of baseball. They just wrapped up their series with the Nationals. They're hosting the Tampa Bay Rays today. There's Vince Velasquez, 6 2/3. He's responsible for Story at second base as Gerardo Parra comes in to face Tommy Hunter. The bullpen will be charged for 7 outs to try to get this win. The double switch includes Crawford going to third base and Kingery coming in to play shortstop. So Valentin is out. Kingery will bat 8th. Hunter will bat 6th. And a line drive just over the glove of Cesar Hernandez. Story heading home, and he'll score. It's now a 3-2 ball game. So close the line on Vince as Parra comes up with an RBI single, his 4th hit of the series. And it's now a 3-2 game.
And you wonder if Ian Desmond gets on base with McMahon coming up next, who hasn't really swung the bat that well. I wonder if Mr. Arenado might be lingering.
Yeah, he could. We know he was taking some hacks underneath. Good fastball, 0-1.
There he is right there.
Down the right field line, foul. Ooh. What would you done? A backhanded that one or gone?
Well, down the left field line, I probably had to backhand it. Yeah. Probably would have hit me in the elbow, but the attempt would have been there.
Check swing. Did he go? No. Says James Hoy.
And we are locking in on the Carolina blue for that day. Isn't that what you said?
No, blue, royal blue with the red, white, and blue P.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Carolina blue will be the day before. He is down on strikes. He says he fouled it. Home plate umpire says no. Second time today that Desmond has gone down on strikes. The side is retired. 2 runs do score. Bud Black is coming out. He's saying that was a foul ball. He's asking the home plate umpire Quinn Walcott to ask for some help.
Yeah.
He may have fouled that.
Did tip his bat, but that's a non-replayable call, right?
He could ask for help. He can't review it, but he can ask for help. He's not going to do that. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the Phillies on top, 3-2. Play Wednesday, July 4th. Phillies and the Orioles are 4:05. A salute to veterans presented by Toyota. Arrive early for a special pregame ceremony honoring our nation's vets. Visit Phillies.com to order your tickets now. Well, Gloria looking pretty good out there. Andrew Knapp will lead things off, and he fouls it back. Knapp is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flied out to center.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing about this beautiful game of baseball that we love. Velasquez takes a no-hitter in the inning.
Yeah.
You know, gives up a hit that he's out of the game, and you know their pitcher who gave up a home run to the second hitter he faced is still in there,
Yeah.
plugging away. The little engine that could with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Two balls, 2 strikes. We'll see if Marquez can get through the 7th inning. There is bullpen action behind him. Ground ball toward the middle, picked up by Story, twirls and throws high. Look out. And Knapp is safe at first.
Should go as a much-needed hit for Andrew Knapp, huh?
I would think so. Murph, were you anywhere near that flying baseball at the time?
Nowhere near it at all.
All right, good.
Thankfully.
What do you got going on?
Well, Tom, it is the return of the Major League Notebook, brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College, and today Nationals rookie, well, actually last night, Nationals rookie Juan Soto he's been making an impact since arriving in the big leagues last night. He joined a very special list. He had 2 home runs last night while they were playing their game in Yankee Stadium. He became the 5th youngest player in Major League Baseball history to have a multi-home run game. He joins guys like Andrew Jones, who did it back in 1993, and also Griffey on that list as well. He is number 5 on that list. He has been really terrific since he's come up. And some injury news in a game this afternoon, the Giants and the Marlins. Evan Longoria had to leave that game in the 4th inning. He was hit by a pitch on the hand. He was able to stay in the game and run the bases, but then after that, they got him out of the game, and it's day-to-day at this point, so we'll keep you posted on that. But that is your Major League Notebook, brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College, guys.
Murph, I've got to ask you, how excited are you that the Notebook is back?
I misplaced the Notebook for about 2.5 years, but it's back, and I'm very excited.
It is?
Yeah. Yeah. So send all your letters and your cards and all your ideas for the Major League Notebook.
He's lost it.
Johnny, you were not around when Murph used to do the Major League Notebook. It was a big-time thing. We're happy to have it back.
Yeah.
Thanks to the University of Maryland. Somebody asked him for a Major League Notebook one time, and then
That's
like
right,
3 weeks later, Murph realized that he left a phone number in it that he had to track the person down and get it back.
Half of that story is true.
The phone number part.
0-2 to Scott Kingery.
Like, that's the special notebook. You can't just go to any store and get those, right?
No, they're pretty special.
Yeah, they're special.
Yeah.
Well, they're sponsored, so.
Yeah. Kingery overall hitting .211 with 3 homers. Outside 1-2. You're right about that being a much needed hit for Andrew.
Oh.
Hoffman and Jake McGee warming up in the bullpen. The Rockies did add Adam Ottavino back to their bullpen today. He was out with an oblique strain. Pretty close pitch. Tapper in front of the plate, a foul ball.
So now apparently the maroon helmet did not get the flap for
Scott. Got it for
or
Reese.
he struck out 4 times with the flap yesterday and he negated it and said, you know what, I'll risk it.
That might be it. And a line drive, base hit it to left field.
It's the flap. It's all about the flap.
Well, Kingery picks up a single to put 2 runners on. Bud Black is heading out. That should be it for Marquez. So he works into the 7th inning just like Velasquez. He'll leave after allowing 7 hits. He hasn't made a call to the bullpen just yet.
Thought you might be jumping the gun a little bit there. I mean, isn't that the general rule that if the manager jogs out, or he jogged out a few steps, they basically are going to leave you in?
You think he's waiting for Quinn Walcott to come out?
Well, maybe to have another discussion with him about the foul tip.
He's going to leave him in. Wow, I'm surprised he's leaving him in. I really am. 108 pitches.
Teachable moment, maybe.
Are you surprised he's leaving him in?
Yes.
Take it outside. It's 1-0. Thought maybe they would have Crawford bunt to put runners up to 2nd and 3rd, but
it's not the.
It's just not the way. I mean, they'll do it from time to time, but not all the time.
From time to time, but you know, it shouldn't surprise people who are watching that he's not bunting. And you know, if Cesar was swinging the bat well and Reese was swinging the bat well, you'd have to think about it again. But you know, Reese does have the home run, but he also has 2 strikeouts. And Carlos or Cesar, walked his last at bat, but he struck out his previous 2 at bats. What are you bunting them over for? If they were hot, yeah, bunt them over and try to get some insurance runs, but.
Outside, it's 3-0.
No, he throws the ball here. They're down to 3 visits.
And ball 4. That'll load up the bases. Cesar's coming up, but I don't think he's going to be facing the right-hander. Here comes Bud Black. And Bud's going to bring in the left-hander, so Cesar will have to switch helmets. Jake McGee will be the new pitcher. Phillies have the bases loaded, a chance to add to their 1-run lead when we get back. and skill development from Phillies players, coaches, and baseball academy instructors. For more information, call 610-520-3400 or go to philliescamps.com for more information. Cesar switched his helmet with Jake McGee, the new pitcher for the Rockies. 1-2 with a 4.50 ERA. You know, we've been showing that home run today that Jim Thome hit the opposite way against the Tampa Bay Rays in his final walk-off in a Phillies uniform. This is the guy he hit it against. Tough lefty, was pitching for the Rays at the time. Cesar, 290 hitter for his career with the bases loaded. He's got Knapp at third, Kingery at second, and Crawford at first. Base hit. The Phils should get a couple. And a swing and a miss. He went after a fastball on the first pitch. It's 0-1. Fouled it back. No balls and 2 strikes. There it is. McGee against Thome. Opposite way. Look at all those faces the Phillies had back then. Pence, Hamels, Papelbon, Wigginton. Tapper foul. It remains 0-2. Attaboy, Dust. Fouled back to the right. Ooh. Phillies scored a run in the first, one in the second, and another one in the 6th inning. And then the Rockies scored 2 in their half of the 7th. Upstairs, 1-2. I do think that high pitch makes you a little jumpy today as a hitter. Partly because the strike zone, you know, it's been consistent.
Yeah. It's been called correctly,
yeah.
Really, by the rules of what the strike zone actually is. And especially in a situation like this, when you're trying to get a ball into the air, that fastball up looks so good. You know, if I make contact, it's going to go in the air, and I'm going to drive in a run, at least a run.
Six pitch at bat so far for Cesar. Low it in, 2-2.
Surprised that their middle infield's playing double play depth. They're going to allow a run to score, add another insurance run. Of course, I guess they figure if he hits a ball through the infield, 2 runs are going to score, and they'd rather give him 1 than 2.
That's the only thing I keep thinking, is that they don't want to allow 2. Outside, 3-2. Popped him up. Short right field. Gonzalez is there. Tagging at third is Knapp. Gonzalez has it as Knapp draws the throw. And 1 out. It's a long at bat, but it doesn't get a run home. And now it'll be Hoskins coming up. Let's see what Bud Black does. 9 pitch at bat, 5 foul balls. And Bud Black is going to stay with McGee.
Sometimes you have to look down the order to understand it. You know, like you said, Reese hit the home run on the first pitch by Marquez in the first inning. Since then, he's struck out twice.
Reese 277 against lefties, 220 against right-handers. 6 of his 8 home runs have come against right-handers. Phillies just need a base hit. Oh.
See, look at the jersey.
Nice jersey.
Yeah, look at the magnet.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
You're going to have a glove.
But you don't understand. I can't catch.
Don't sell yourself short.
No,
Get your helmet.
Can't. No, I'm good. Take my chances.
Ball did get down there pretty quickly, didn't it?
No kidding.
Just below the knees, 1-1.
I get hit by pitches in fantasy camp, and the guys are throwing about 50.
Do you really?
Because I can't get out of the way. You just like try to turn a certain way so it hits you in a spot where it's not going to hurt too bad.
Outside, 2-1. Bases remain loaded. That one gets away. Coming home is Knapp, and he will score. Walters is saying that Hoskins fouled it.
Hoskins is saying or Walters is saying he foul tipped it, and Hoskins was wanting to check with the first base umpire for something. See if it does hit his bat.
It did not.
No,
he just missed it.
Whiffed it.
Now, I think he called it a ball. No, I think he just said 2-2. I would think that's got to be a pass ball, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's 2-2.
That is the right call. Pass ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now they have to play it in.
In the air to left center field. Parra on the run, going back toward the track. He's not going to get it. It's off the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes Crawford. He'll hold there. It'll be an RBI double for Hoskins. Phillies tack on another one. On top, 5-2. Two RBI day for Reese.
McGee threw a couple close pitches he thought might have been strikes, and that's just a really good swing right there. That wasn't that rollover. Puts that ball in the gap, and there's the whatever that is sign that they've been doing for a while. But look, it's 5-2, but Crawford has to score on that. It's a fly ball to left field. You saw. I mean, you had to know that no one was going to catch that. And JP was, and he even looked like he was disgusted when he got to third, like I messed this up. But
And you're thinking he should have read it better?
yeah, what was that all about now?
Well, somebody had whoever that has the placards behind home plate, those right there, I guess they must have been flashing in Jake McGee's eyes.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a ball where you go halfway.
Right.
Because, what are you tagging for to get to third? If he catches it, it's 2 outs. It's going to take a single to score you. If you get to third, if you tag and you get to third, if he catches it, it's still going to take a hit to score you. You might as well try to score on that one.
Fanatics down.
There he goes.
Odubel takes low, the infield in, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
And I watch, the infield's in. Now Reese hits his ball. You watch Parra, dead sprint after it, and JP was undecided. Do I go? Do I stay? And then he goes back to tag. That's a situation where you can go halfway and then read it. And if you think he can catch it, then you sprint back to second and you tag because you're only going to get the third anyway. But, they're giving you an opportunity to score runs. You got to take that advantage and try to score them. And you could see when he got to third, he was looking at Dusty Wathan, and there was, you could tell he was a little bit like upset with himself that he thought he should have scored on that ball. And here's a bad thing: if you don't score, you feel worse.
Yeah. JP knows this game. He's a good base runner too.
Yeah. But a good answer back, though, by the Phillies.
Out toward right center field, and Gonzalez is not going to get it. 1 run will score. Over to third goes Hoskins. RBI single. Second hit of the day for Odubel. 3 runs have scored for the Phils in the inning. It's 6-2. And here comes Bud Black. Carlos is already walking back to the dugout to get his other helmet.
Odubel had to wait just a little bit, caught it off the end, but a perfect placement. Dropped it in front of Gonzalez and JP's. There've been some. Now that's a tough read.
Yeah, from where he is.
Well, because you think if Gonzalez catches it, how shallow it was that he probably couldn't tag.
Well, another pitching change for the Rockies. We'll be back with the right-hander Hoffman right after this. It's also Game of Thrones night here at the ballpark. Check out the theme night page to get tickets and get the Fanatic bobblehead. Tuesday, 7:05 will be in section 138 for that ball game, and then Wednesday is a 1:05 first pitch here at Citizens Bank Park. Get your tickets for the Phillies and the Cardinals. That'll be it for us and the Cardinals for the regular season. Phillies will see the Rockies September 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th, so we won't see them for a while. Jake McGee's got a little mohawk going. Did you see that?
A little bit, yeah. Well, not a little bit. It's a good one.
It looked like it was growing in a little.
Well, he didn't quite go your route yesterday.
That's right. Thanks for noticing, John.
Yeah. You know, some things are hard to notice, but it takes a keen eye to see when you get a haircut.
Felt like it was time.
You are letting it get away from you.
Cul-de-sac was getting a little thick.
No parking on the side of the street or what?
No.
All right, let's get some more. Here we go.
Carlos had an infield hit his last time up. He is 1 for 3. Runners on first and third. Still 1 out, 3 runs in for the Phils. Outside, 1-1. Hector Neris, who was pretty dominant last night in his 1 inning, is warming up in the pen. That would lead you to believe that either Luis Garcia or Sir Anthony are not available today.
Well, neither one of them pitched yesterday, did they?
Yeah, but they had worked before. I don't think they were available yesterday, but that didn't really matter. The Phillies didn't need to use them. You know what? I shouldn't say that because we don't know. Maybe there's a matchup that Gabe likes with Hector. One and 2 to Carlos. Fouled it off over the third base dugout. Line drive, base hit into right field. Another run scores. Hoskins will cross the plate with the 7th run of the day for the Phils. And the lead is up to 5. It's 7-2. Nice to see the bats coming out here this afternoon.
Yes, indeed it is. And that, you know, first and third, Odubel. Desmond has to hold Odubel on first base. And you see Carlos just really work his hands and flip that bat. He worked that bottom hand to get just a wrist flip of that bat to get the barrel a little ahead of it and hit a line drive in that hole. Get that base hit and RBI and extend this lead.
Williams is 2 for 3. He's got 2 RBIs on the inside corner with a fastball. 0-1. Phillies after today's game will head to Milwaukee. 3-game series that starts tomorrow night. Let's hope they can take the bats into Milwaukee. They have 10 hits today, 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
0-2. We wish you guys well in the haunted hotel, rumored to be.
Mm-hmm. It really affected me. It is a beautiful hotel.
It is. Very pretty.
The Pfister in Milwaukee.
Historic looking. The one part looks like you're stepping back in the 40s or 50s. And
the one part has the largest hotel room doors that I've ever seen. The old part.
that's the part we stayed in last year? I can't remember.
You did.
I guess those new presidential suites that they built for you and Murph.
They're on the other side.
Yeah, on the other side, on the new side. All the amenities. Bidet. Hot tub.
Well, now that the Major League Notebook's back, Murph's going to get anything he wants.
Oh, it's huge. He might get adjoining presidential suites.
Just stay on your side, John. Please.
him and his entourage.
Those notebooks are heavy.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouled off down the left field line. Another one fouled away into the Hall of Fame club. .45 total pitches this inning for the Rockies.
Just delaying the trip. That's all. But good to see. You know why? Because they're getting on base. Hitting balls hard, driving in runs, having productive at bats. $34 minutes.
That's good, though.
Well, the good thing is there's still only 1 out.
There's only 1 walk.
Yeah,
5 hits.
We're hitting. Here comes another one.
Outside, 3-2. Aaron Altair is on deck.
Like if you're Scott Kingery, though, like, you know, the night before he hits a 3-run homer, sac fly, drives in 4 with no flap. Last night he wears the flap, strikes out 4 times. Today, no flap. You know, double switch, base hit. Like, you got to go flap this, right?
I would think so. At least for maybe until you get more and more comfortable with it. Altair will pinch hit for Tommy Hunter. Hunter goes the 3rd of an inning. That allows 1 hit. Strikes out 1. Outside, he tried to get to the same spot. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball towards shortstop. Story's got it to second for 1. Doubt they double up Altair, but they did. That's a nice turn. A good hold of the bag by Ian Desmond. So 6-4-3. But the Phils with some damage. A 36-minute, 43-second half inning. They score 4 runs. They lead it 7-2 as we go to the 8th. Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Seven to 2 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. And Hector Neris is on to pitch for the Phils. Neris in his 28th game.
Well, let's hope Hector's as good as he was yesterday.
Yeah, on top of that split, and it was moving.
Man, it was had a lot of drop to it.
Facing Ryan McMahon as we start the inning, and it's in there for a strike.
Oh, 96. Hello, how are you?
Outside. Center field, and Odubel's on the run. Got a long way to go to try to catch it, and it is gone into the bushes. McMahon with the home run. How big are those runs the Phillies just picked up?
Absolutely.
Those are huge.
Like the answer back, though. Rockies scored 2 in the 7th to make it a 1-run game, and then the Phillies come back with 4. Still not the way you want to start this 8th inning.
Well, that's his first career home run.
Well, and that was the split that didn't split. Well, it might have split a couple of branches out there in them bushes, but as good as the ones he threw yesterday, that's how not so good that one was.
Walters bunts it foul, and it's 0-1. McMahon is a 23-year-old former second-round pick for the Rockies.
That's his first big league homer?
First big league home run.
We get to saw a couple of them this series, right?
He was a home run hitter in the minor
now.
leagues. He had 20 home runs last year.
Well, you hit one out to dead center. You got a little something to play with, power-wise.
A little tapper foul. But it's no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. I'm not sure what he thought that was going to be, but it turned out to be almost belt high. And that's the first strikeout for Neris. Want the most accurate weather forecast? Count on the team that gets it right. Count on NBC 10 First Alert Weather. Steve, Crystal, Glenn, Tammy, Bill, and Brittany. Rated most accurate for your neighborhood for the 3rd year in a row. Here is Cuevas that he takes inside. Adam Morgan is warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies. Quite honestly, this is not a save situation at this point in the game because the Phillies have a 4-run lead, but they need to get a couple guys right. They need to get Neris right, and they need to get Morgan right.
Yes, indeed. And that you hope they can, finish this thing off. Hector gets through this one, and Adam, if he comes in the 9th, gets a clean 9th. And then you head to Milwaukee with that high-powered offense they have, and you have Luis or Anthony, Ed O'Brien. You got all those guys well rested and ready to go because they're going to be needed.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing better if you're Gabe Kapler to get on that plane tonight thinking, all right, the main guys who I've been using in the late innings are all going to be fresh and ready to go this weekend.
Swing and a miss, 2-2, 96 on that fastball.
Yeah, I think watching Hector last night and now tonight, even though he gave up the home run to McMahon, he has more life on his fastball. Velocity's better. And with that, his split has been pretty good. He made the mistake, of course, to McMahon, but that's going to happen.
Over toward 3rd. Nice hop for JP. Good pick by Santana. And there are 2 outs. That's nice technique by Carlos.
Very good.
Our GMC precision play.
Well, that's the thing. I tell kids all the time, expect a bad throw no matter where they're throwing from. Always anticipate a bad throw. And JP, he bounced it. Let's be honest. It wasn't a good throw, but look how low Carlos stays on that. I always tell him, and always anticipate a bad throw and never under, always over, which means don't let it bounce under your glove.
Mm-hmm.
If it bounces over, there's nothing you can do. But if it goes under, it's your fault.
LeMahieu taps it foul.
Six, 4, 215, second baseman.
Mm-hmm. Out toward left field, waiting for it is Hoskins. And that'll wrap up the 8th inning. 1 run scores with a home run by Ryan McMahon, his first major league home run. But that is it for the Rockies. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the Phillies 7 and the Rockies 3. Honoring Jim Thome's induction into the Hall of Fame on the anniversary of Jim's 400th home run. Went right over where the Giants sign is right now. Brooks Pounders will take over in his 12th ball game for the Rockies on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Keep panning down and right there next to the 387 sign. You know, the thing about that, there was so much rain in the area that Jim hit it and we're thinking, oh no, is this game going to count? Because
that would stink,
oh,
wouldn't it?
It would have stunk.
Well, you get the double celebration.
Yeah. But it was so neat. I mean, and to look at the highlights of it, 400, 500, 600, all with different teams, and teams that still affectionately embrace him as one of their own.
How can you not?
Yeah, that's one of those guys you just latch on to. Swing and a miss, 0-2 to Knapp. We try to tell folks too that what you see with Jim, whether it be here sitting with us or if you see him on the MLB network, which is where he does some work, that's him.
He hasn't changed. Not one bit.
That's him.
You wonder at some point if he's going to get like Larry and I as you get older, a little crotchety.
1-2.
I sure hope not.
Well, I will say he did a nice job with the speech too, because he didn't have it written down. He just had notes like little bullets, and came across really well. A line drive to right field for Knapp. That'll be in for an extra base hit. He's on his way to second. Gonzalez's throw is not in time. Back-to-back hits for Knapp. That's his first double of the year, surprisingly.
First extra base hit of the year, isn't it?
No, he had a triple.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
That's right. Tell you what, you go through mid-June without with not having a double. That's a nice swing right there by Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
That. Yeah, that's the thing. Once it gets off to a slow start and you think you have to do something like really special to break out of it, and it just keeps getting worse. You know, an infield single, Now this double, that's how you get out of these slumps and get things started. Well, ain't got nothing to do. We might as well add on some more, huh?
That's right. Well, it's 11 hits now for the Phils. That's a good sign.
When's the last time they had 11 hits?
I can tell you that in just a moment. Swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Kingery.
I'd like to see him get at least one more here. Make a 5-run homer, tie it instead of a grand slam.
Yeah, then you don't have to worry about Arenado coming off the bench. 1-2. He went slower. .529 against the Dodgers. 12 hits for the Phils. So they haven't gone the month of June with double digits in hits. Is that right, Carl? They haven't gone the month of June with wow. I didn't even realize that. They also walked 5 times in that game against the Dodgers. Over to third base. McMahon's got it. Little spin. Desmond's throw back to third, knocked down by Story as Knapp takes third base. 5-3 on the putout of Kingery.
Good base run by Andrew. Yeah, they out 4-run lead, but you know that seems to be the goal. Is try to get a more than a 4-run lead. Try to get a 5-run lead late in the game to, like I said, to take a grand slam away from tying it.
Outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Crawford today is 0 for 2 with a walk. He walked and scored. His last time, that was in the 7th inning. One and 2.
Battle. You never know.
Pounders made his major league debut back in 16 with the Royals. He was 2-1 with an ERA of 9.24. Originally drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates.
There you go.
Fly ball, center field. Blackman going back. He won't get it. It's off the base of the wall. A run will score. Crawford's thinking 3. He's on his way. Story's throw not in time. RBI triple. It's 8-3 Phillies. First triple of the year for JP.
Getting a lot of first in this inning.
Yes, sir. A nice drive too.
Yeah, we talk a lot about JP, about the the launch angle swing, and that's a pitch he can get to. The pitches down are in his wheelhouse, and You know, and that's when you have a runner on third, less than 2 outs, you have to try to stay on a ball to try to get the run in. The last thing you want is a pull off rollover grounder. And he just stayed on that ball and drove it off that State Farm sign out there in left center and hustled out of the box for a triple, and now he gives Cesar a chance again.
4th time this year the Phillies have reached a dozen hits in a game. Fly ball short center. Going out is Story. He's under it. And he makes the catch. So there are 2 outs. Actually, I should say it's the 6th time they've reached a dozen hits in the game. They're right at 12 3 times before this, 13 and 20. And now Rhys Hoskins is up. He's had a good day. He's 2 for 4 with a couple RBIs, a couple extra base hits. Inside and low.
Yeah. Phillies hold on to win this one. You got to be pretty happy getting on that plane going to Milwaukee. The way they swung the bats today, situational hitting was pretty good.
Yeah, 5 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, better at bats. Rhys has a couple hits. Odubel has a couple hits, which is huge. Need to get Cesar going though. That leadoff hitter. But I think overall you got to be really happy about how the guys swung the bat today.
And a line drive base hit it to center field. Hoskins another RBI. Crawford will score 3 RBIs today for Rhys. So he's got a single, a double, and a home run.
And also the way that Vince was pitching, that offense can relax a little bit. Dusty Wathan had to hand over 8 protective guards to the bad boy. Shin, foot, elbow.
See the scoring summary coming through. The Phils with 9 runs on 13 hits. Swing and a miss by Odubel, and it's 0-1. For Hoskins, it's the 10th time in his career he's had 3 RBIs or more in a game.
I'm telling you, that time off, mending from the broken jaw,
might have helped.
Absolutely it did.
Tapper it, it's 0-2.
Odubel. A lot of self-inflicted damage today from. I think that one got him in the front foot though, so that's good. Even it out. That way tomorrow when he wakes up, you're just not sure.
Got hit in the back foot his last time up.
Did that hit him in the back foot again? Because he's kind of.
No, I think it was the front. Foul ball. Ooh, Walters almost caught it after it rebounded off his glove. Hit sharply out towards second, caught by LeMahieu, and the inning is over. But the Phillies score a couple more. They've scored 6 runs in the last 2 innings. They have finally broken out. Hoskins has 3 hits today with 3 RBIs. We'll go to the 9th. It's the Phillies 9, the Rockies 3.
When this one is said and done, guys, it's off to Milwaukee for the Phils. Here's how the pitching will line up in that series. Friday night, 8 o'clock, Jake Arrieta and Brent Suter for the Brewers. And on Saturday at 4 o'clock Eastern time, it'll be Zach Eflin and Junior Guerra. And then on Sunday, Aaron Nola takes the ball for the Phils. Chase Anderson for Milwaukee. That game at 2 o'clock Eastern time. But, guys, this one's not over yet.
Well, let's hope it's over very quickly, Murph, and the Phils could head off to Milwaukee.
You guys enjoy it. Wrap this one up, and hopefully you guys are having fun with it in Milwaukee.
Phillies have the weekend series in Milwaukee, 3 against the Cardinals, and then next week they take on the Nationals. Charlie Blackmon leads it off against Adam Morgan. Broken back ground ball out to shortstop. Kingree's up with it and throws out Blackmon. Johnny, before you go, that's some bad news.
What's that?
They have declined my bid for your glove on eBay.
Maybe you should offer less.
I was thinking about that.
You know, this could be one of my relatives, you know. I just thinking about that.
Really?
Well, I don't know where stuff ends up. You know that.
Well, she gets 100% positive feedback, just so you know, according to eBay.
I don't know what that means, but then it can't be a relative then if it's 100% positive.
So I'm going to make another bid.
Good luck.
Yep. I'm going to bid another $1 over what I bid. See what happens.
Can you go in like 10-cent increments?
I can try. Gonzalez fouls it back. It's 1-1.
I don't think it's worth it.
You don't think it's not worth it?
Well, no. I mean, I can get a glove somewhere.
Yeah, but it's not going to have your name on it. This is one of your official gloves.
It don't make me catch any better just because it has some more stitching on it or threads that say a name.
We're hoping that they'll be like magic. It'll be like magic when you put it on.
There wasn't magic when I put it on when I was playing.
You know, somebody did tell me that today.
Murph?
No.
You remind me after the game to kick Murph's ass. I think he deserves it.
I'll remind you. You got to catch me first.
Well, that ain't happening, buddy.
Give me a 2-step head start, and I'll just start walking.
2-step head start, man. You're pulling away.
Way to go, Murph.
Is it Murph selling that thing?
It's not Murph, and he didn't say it today either.
I don't know who could it have been.
Yeah. Think about who I was with today. Just a bit outside. It's 2-2.
Tommy?
Oh, he would never say that.
Boa. Stump the fan. I got that right, didn't I?
You want me to let him know you want to meet him after the game?
2 balls and 2 strikes to Carlos Gonzalez. And the pitch just a bit low, 3-2.
Well, the mind's a terrible thing to waste, and sadly, I've wasted this one. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I'll take my 3-game suspension, as you all are in Milwaukee, and
head down to the home state.
I will. Good pitch, Adam.
Yep, Gonzalez down on strikes, 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Well, when we get back, the 18th, just a normal night here at the ballpark. In fact, it's Game of Thrones night, but the 19th will be down in section 138. Stay alert. Right next to where the ball girl sits. Look, they're vacating the premises as we get ready for it.
Cleaning it up now. They're cleaning it up for us. They got a glove. Is that a left-handed glove too?
It might be. Maybe they'll just leave it there.
Yeah. Just ask if they can leave it. We'll put a tarp over top of it so it doesn't get wet in case it rains.
Story lines it out towards center field. Odubel's going back, looks at the wall, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Phillies have won a series here in the month of June. They win it today in convincing fashion because they add on some runs. They take 2 of 3 from the Colorado Rockies. It's their first series win since the 21st to the 23rd against the Atlanta Braves. Well, this was a nice victory all the way around. Rhys Hoskins had 3 RBIs this afternoon. Nick Williams had a couple RBIs, a home run. I think more importantly, the Phillies, once they were up 3-2, they just started adding on runs, and that is huge. Let's take a look at our W. Mason deliveries of the game.
Well, Rhys Hoskins provided it early. First pitch of the first inning, his first at bat, he hits a home run to left. There's a lefty who caught that home run ball by Rhys. Then on Jake McGee with second and third. He hits one off the fence here to drive in Scott Kingery. Crawford advances to third, and then in the 8th inning, a 2-out RBI single up the middle to score J.P. Crawford, who had just tripled, and he's down on the field with my buddy Greg Murphy.
All right, thank you very much, John. Yeah, here with Rhys Hoskins. Well, you got things started with number 8 of the season, but I think probably the biggest hit of the game was your double in the 7th because they had just scored some runs. You guys were able to answer back. How important was that?
Yeah, you know, we stressed that all year, and I think for the most part we've been pretty good at it. So it was good. It was good. We needed that. It was a big win today, and you know, to put a couple insurance runs late in the game, it's always big. 6 different guys scored runs today. 5 knocked them in. That is so important for this team as you guys continue to get this offense going and putting runs up on the board. Yeah, it's a little bit more normal. I think it's kind of what we saw at the start of the year, first 6 weeks of the season. So it's good to see that a lot of guys are feeling confident. Starting pitching has been outstanding. Vince was freaking incredible today, and we've kind of leaned on him all year. I was going to ask you about Vince. At any point were you starting to look at the board and say, all right, this might be a little something special going on? Yeah, I did in the 6th inning. I noticed. He's got that kind of stuff, though. He can do that every time out. And, to have that on our team every 5th day, coupled with all the other guys that we have starting, it's pretty fun to watch.
Reese, go enjoy the win. Thanks for your time. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, we appreciate that. 8 RBIs for Reese Hoskins since he returned from the disabled list. And Vince Velasquez was pretty impressive today, John.
And the fastball, he elevated that fastball. We talked about it before, how the Colorado Rockies, they hunt the fastball, and that Vince, but this is a tough one. Once it gets above the belt, and then all of a sudden I can drop a breaking ball on you. You see the athleticism right there. We know he's probably one of the best athletes on this team, but like I said, that elevated fastball, used the aggressiveness, fastball aggressiveness against the Rockies, and that's why Vince is our Chevrolet player of the game.
Well, a good series for the Phils to wrap up this homestand. It's off to Milwaukee. We'll be back to wrap things up after a 9-3 victory right after this.